very ready for this conversation. So thank you for this comment. Armor bearers. So if you are not familiar with that term, the term armor bearer, like I said in my first video, is the person in the Bible who was carry the weapons of the warrior. I think what we're having a difficult time with is the support piece, that is how men learn how to play more of a support role for the warrior woman they are with. So when you're thinking about women who are out in the world, taking care of business, family, legacy, etc., and I think that is such a learning process. And I think that's the thing, that when we talk about the protection, the provision, the providing, really what we're looking for is terms of protection, is that you support me and protect my peace, right? And we always talk about how we as women are, the narrative, the podcasts are all talking about how women are supposed to be the not masculine thing, how we're supposed to be in our feminine. Well, part of that feminine energy in the world and part of that feminine ability is to cunning. Part of that cunning is to be protected, because we are not always physically brute strong. We are not all physically able to do certain things. So we have to, let me put it to you like this. I am a small woman in stature, right? I am 5, and I was out shoveling, and so I own a home, so I was out shoveling snow, and at the time my partner was watching me shovel this little walkway with the shovel, and he saw me kick the shovel instead of just, as a man would, pick it up and throw it over. And at the time he commented about how he had never seen a woman do that. And I said, well, I don't have the brute force to just shovel it up and over and get it out of the way. I have to use the skills, gifts, and talents that I have to be able to move the snow and do what I got to do, because I'm just small. And so when I think about women, I don't think about us as being the weaker sex. I think we are just utilizing different tactics, different levers, leveraging different parts of our bodies, brains, minds, and our skill sets to be able to accomplish some of the same things. And so I am challenging us to think about our partnerships and our partners, and men having to stop thinking about it in this way of like, I am being in my feminine because I'm supporting this woman, more along the lines of, there are things that I am capable of, that I bring differently to the table, that I can do. I watched a creator on this app the other day tell this story about how if you have a woman who is super duper smart, all you have to do is go execute, because she's already thought about all of the other things. So you will become a winner just by simply executing on the intel that she gave you and the information that she lined up for you, so that you can just knock down things, as opposed to having to think about every little part and piece, because the woman's probably thought about every little part and piece. So I know that's kind of a roundabout way, but I'm hoping that that's what we're saying, is how are we as women preparing ourselves to be in partnerships that we have to be supported, protected, and loved on. And then also how men see that support, protection, love differently. And then the two of us coming together to is this how we're going to better ourselves, build our legacy, do what we have to do in order to be able to grow, build, better, do. Hope that helps.